What's up, guys? I hope you all have been doing well. Welcome back to This Week in Automotive, and I hope none of you are considering axing your dynamically best car in your lineup, like a certain somebody. It's been a while since we had a news video, so let's get right back into it. As I just said in the beginning, a shocker to some more than others, Porsche is currently visiting to determine the future of their Cayman and Boxster models. The next generation of 718 cars has been in limbo for the last 2 years as they went back multiple times on what direction they want to go in with the car. Back in 2022, they said that the car would be going fully electric and that it would be out by 2025. However, as we got closer to that date, they pivoted and then they said that they would be going to some sort of hybrid system. It's now being reported that they're just gonna probably be canceling the whole model altogether, which is crazy. This is because it's cost them so much in development so far, and having to switch directions now 3 times is obviously really tough for an OEM to actually engineer and get a new model together. This is happening because of the new EU regulations on emissions, making them much stricter and harder for manufacturers to keep their big performance engines alive. As more developments come, I'll be sure to let you guys know what's going on with this. Our next story is a short one, as Cadillac, during the Super Bowl, amongst all the craziness that naturally is the Super Bowl, unveiled their F1 livery, which I personally think is actually alright. It's it's fine. It's fairly simple, black and white, which that's fine. I'm not saying they need to have some colorful livery or anything, but in my opinion, it's not super attention grabbing. But, however, that might be what they're going for here. I also understand, with it being their first year coming into the sport, I understand maybe they may just be wanting to have more of a modest look and maybe have something more interesting coming along in the future. But as of now, the livery's fine. I think it actually looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Next up, according to Magazine X, Toyota may be looking to bring back a V12 engine to their new Century brand that is supposed to be targeting a more luxury market in competition with the likes of Bentley and Rolls-Royce and Maybach or such. If you aren't aware, Toyota actually had a lot of experience with the V12 platform, as their Toyota Century luxury sedan, which they actually call a limousine out there. They sold it in Japan and it did have a V12, and that model ran from 1997 to 2017 here recently. And according to those with experience, it was actually a very nice, smooth, and refined engine. This version is now rumored to be a 6-liter, making 800 horsepower with the help of twin turbos and hybrid technology of some sort, of course. It'll be interesting to see if this comes to be, so I will keep you guys updated as more comes out. Next up, Ferrari has not only revealed the name of their new upcoming electric vehicle, the Luce, we have also been shown part of the interior, although it is the most important part, the driver's cockpit and the user interface. Now, I understand if Ferrari is going for a different look for this car considering it's electric and may want to have a different look, I guess, from their combustion offerings. However, I don't think this is an interior of what is more than likely going to be close to, if not exceeding, a $500,000 car. The interface is nice, however, I don't feel like it's just super exotic is all. It kind of looks like my Apple Watch display and they put it into a radio and just made it bigger, and they also did the same thing with the gauge bezel in my opinion, and I also understand there's not much flexibility with that considering it's an electric car. It has to have a big screen, right? However, the reasoning for its familiar possibly looking to many people who interact with the Apple interface is because one of these two people in charge of the design is actually John Ivey, formerly the design director of Apple for 30 years, who was in charge of the Mac, the iPhone, the Apple Watch, and the iPod. Again, as I said, I do think it's actually a very nice looking design. I think it's very clean and sleek. However, it's just not very Ferrari, in my opinion, in my regular, very humble, regular money citizen opinion. We're going to finish up with just touching on these last two subjects quickly as they both involve, again, Toyota. First, we've been shown the new 2027 Highlander, and usually that wouldn't be too big of news, but in this instance, the new Highlander is a fully electric EV, which is actually an interesting choice considering Toyota has their hybrid technology pretty refined and efficient at this point. Also, they have stated that they weren't going to be fully pushing the fully electric transition like many other companies committed to in the past. They did say that they were going to be more leaning into the hybrid technology. And last thing with Toyota, this is something we may need to be keeping an eye on, but Toyota has made a switch in their CEOs. Their CEO for the last 2 years, Koji Sato, who was more of a car enthusiast and pushed some of the more recent models out the door, is now being replaced after Toyota reportedly made less money after making more cars. The replacement is Kenta Kon, more of a financial and business guy. He's been Toyota's chief financial officer since 2020, which made him a reasonable hire on Toyota's part to try and recoup some of that lost money. Now, we know this means some models are going to get axed, naturally, but I can't help to assume that one of these models, at the very least, is going to be one of their sport cars currently on sale. So we'll have to see which one of those it is and see maybe if it ends up being more than one. And if it is, what's going to be the sport car offerings now from Toyota under this new management? All because they are coming out with their new Toyota GT model, which is going to be their big flagship model. But does this mean they're going to be getting rid of like the Supra because it is on BMW platform and the engine might be on its way out soon. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, with that, I'm gonna end this one here. This is a different type of video. As you guys can see, this is going to be kind of just a voice, no face kind of thing. Let me know if you guys like this format a little better than the previous way I was doing this. I would definitely continue this if you guys like it. So let me know in the comments down below. And if you made it this far into the video, leave a like, please. And if you're not subscribed, please do that for me. It will help me out a ton and means a lot. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good one. Bye.